Hey guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. This is part 4 of Gate Architecture 2025. We have already solved questions of aptitude, common section and planning section. In this video, we will going to solve questions of architecture section. I have made the complete playlist of Gate Architecture 2025, so don't miss any video. And once again, welcome back to this channel. My name is Rahul and you're watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul. Let's start with today's first question. With reference to squinch adopted in dome construction, choose the correct options related to statement P and Q. First, let's see what is squinch. It is an structural element that used to support the base of the dome, typically found in the corner of a square room supporting a dome. It is very common and essential feature of double dome, highlighted by red color in the picture. So statement P is the definition of squinch, whereas statement Q is a false statement. Therefore, the correct answer of this question is option B. There are several examples of double dome in Delhi. Do you know which Delhi Sultanate dynasty introduced the double dome concept? Comment if you know the answer. Well, the answer is Lodi Dynasty. Let's move to the next question. In heating, ventilation and air conditioning system, that is HVAC, dampers are essentially used for. So HVAC dampers regulate airflow within a duct and controls the amount of entering air in different rooms and zones. Let's see a diagram of HVAC system. On the left and the right, you can see two zones. Dampers are installed between AC unit and a room. Multiple rooms will have multiple dampers and each damper controls the airflow of a room. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, valves that regulates the airflow as per the room requirement. Let's see next question. Blank increases the spreading quality of paints and help to achieve desired consistency. So solvents are the liquids that dissolves or disperse the paint components and helps it to apply evenly or smoothly. In short, solvents are used to control the viscosity of the paint. So the correct answer is option D. Let's see definitions of all the other options. First is base. Base are the main solid substance in the paint that gives color. Option B is vehicle. Vehicle are binders, a liquid part of the paint that helps it adhere to the surface. Next question is, the graph shows the typical test result of a property of a building material. Identify the test and the variable represented on the x-axis and y-axis from the given options. Let's see graph of each options one by one. This is graph of option A, which is very close to the given graph. Here slump is increasing with increase in water content, but only up to a point and then decreases. Moving to the graph of option B, showing the cube test of concrete. Here the strength is consistently decreasing with the increasing in water cement ratio and it's not matching with the given graph. Next graph is of ultrasonic pulse velocity test. Here both pulse velocity and compressive strength is increasing. Hence it is a very linear type of graph, not matching with given parabolic graph. And the last graph is showing the bulking test of sand. Here the moisture content is increasing as we are increasing the volume of sand, but only up to a certain point. After that it decreases. So this is exactly matching with the given graph and the answer is option D, and the graph is showing the bulking test of sand. Let's move to the next question. A typical classical Greek temple with Doric Order column is illustrated in the figure. Identify the correct terms corresponding to P, Q and R marked in the figure. So P is marked in this triangular part of the Greek temple. It is known as tympanum, which is part of large triangular area known as pediment. It is topmost part of classical Greek temple and look like a crown. It is often beautifully decorated with sculptures of gods and warriors, just like this as it is shown in the temple Parthenon. So P represents tympanum, Q is just marked below the pediment, and this part is known as entablature. It is a horizontal structure that sits on the top of the column and supports the pediment and roof. Entablature is consisting of three main parts. Lower part is architrave, middle part is frieze, and the topmost part of entablature is cornice. And in a Greek temple, for example in Parthenon, it is located above the column. So Q is representing entablature. Now in question, R is marked in this stepped area of the temple. There are two types of stepped base. Lower stepped base are known as Stylobate and the topmost step is known as Stylobate. Both type of steps consisting of Crepidoma, which is the stepped platform upon which the columns of the temple rest and provides a stable and level surface for column. So this is where the Stylobate locates. Therefore R is representing Stylobate. So the correct answer of this question is option B. P is tympanum, Q is entablature and R is Stylobate. Next question is, which of the following is or are example of concrete case pile? First we will see what is cased pile. Cased pile consists a cell around it, and when these piles are casted in the site, then they are called cast in situ concrete piles. There are mainly 5 types of concrete case piles. First is Raymond pile, then MacArthur pile. Third is Union metal monotube pile, swage pile, and last is Western button bottom pile. Out of these 5, Raymond pile and swage pile is given in the option. Hence our options are A. Raymond pile and B. Swage pile. Whereas Vibro pile and Simplex piles are the example of driven pile. Let's move to the next question. For a given location, the sun's position is at 40 degree altitude angle and 130 degree north azimuth angle. Then the zenith angle of the sun in degree at the given location is, so altitude angle is given, that is 40 degree. Azimuth angle is also given, but it is not needed for calculation. It is useful for direction. Let's calculate zenith angle. Its formula is zenith angle equals to 90 degree minus altitude angle. Putting the value, we will get 90 degree minus 40 degree, that is 50 degree. The correct answer is zenith angle equals to 50 degree. So friends, that's all in this video. These were all the questions of 1 marks came in architecture section of GATE Architecture 2025. I hope the video was helpful in understanding the various concepts of architecture. Then motivate me by liking the video. Also do share with your friends who are preparing for architecture exams. If you are new to the channel, then don't forget to subscribe. मिलेंगे आपसे अगले वीडियो में. Until then, goodbye and keep watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul.